Lasermate, eject, operation, channel intro.
Hello, fellow YouTubers. LightWC Stop Motioner here. Welcome to viewers new and old. And today I'm finally taking a look at Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Origin Bumblebee. This is like the first thing I've gotten from the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, and I'm not sure how much more I am going to be getting from it because most of the line looks like garbage, but this is something I definitely wanted to get. I couldn't say no. So for the packaging, I've obviously taken them out already. We got these different images of Bumblebee. There's that design that exists. Here's G1 Bumblebee, the design that exists. Then there's the original G1 Marvel Comics Bumblebee. And we got this design. I just think this is a very generic design. It's not bad, but... Now, problem is, the jetpack and the gun are a different color in the finished product. But he transforms in 23 steps, so he's no slouch for just being a very small deluxe. So, that's the packaging. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's Origin Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. And I gotta say, I really like this vehicle mode. Now the yellow is uneven. Again, there's light shining on it, so that really kind of brings it out. Let's see. See, here it doesn't look too bad when you got it in this lighting. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave it like that. It's very early right now when I'm filming this. It's actually still dark out. So for his accessories, you got these Energon rods, which are cool, but they unfortunately do not fit in his hands. But I'll get into that later. So you get 5 of them. That's pretty neat. You get his gun, which again is black. Okay, I don't really mind this so much, but you can plug it in right there. But the jetpack, I really wish this was silver. But you can just plug that on top right there. It's pretty cool. Alright, so, comparisons, just for the heck of it, let's bring out Earthrise Wheeljack. And just about everybody I've seen review this guy has talked about wanting a Cybertron mode Wheeljack. And I agree, we need that. That'd be super cool. I'm not 100% sure if I would get it or not, and I probably would because I'm a huge Wheeljack fan, but that'd be really neat. But I mean, they still don't look too bad together. Alright then, here he is with Cliff Jumper, just for the sake of having these two look completely different. They're still both very small. Then just kind of Cybertron mode comparisons. Here he is with Ratchet and Sideswipe. Get an idea of how they look together. And it looks pretty cool. Again, this figure I do wonder if this was a canceled Siege figure. That'd be an interesting thing to know. Again, the colors are nice. Again, when you don't have too much light shining on them. Now, a lot of times I have an issue tapping this back in. Thankfully, it's cooperating with me right now. Got the nice Autobot symbol there on the front. Blue window. There's a lot of robot kibble underneath, but what can you do? Now, there is some panel lining, but they're really having to pull off a very complex design. So, I really can't fault them for that. So I think it pretty much covers the all mode. Now we can get on to the transformation. And the transformation on this guy is just insane for something so small. To begin, just kind of push this part down. Then lift this section up. Now be careful. It is clear plastic. However, wait, yeah, that is pinned. So just be careful with it. It doesn't real. This guy honestly has a good bit of heft to him. So it doesn't feel super cheap or anything, but just as always, be careful with it. Just undo this part, then bend it, rotate it down. Then just undo this. Then there's a hole right here for this to tab into. Then angle this, and then be careful here, just kind of grab right here to ensure that you don't accidentally pop this off, because I popped it off quite a few times. Then just do this with the feet, and do the same on this side. Just come over here. Okay, then come right here, just pull the arms out to the side, and then just kind of get your nail on the bottom of the fists if you can. Or if not, actually, there we go. Okay. Let's see. And just, there we go. Okay. Then rotate them at the waist. Then just take this section, fold it down, and fold it up right here. Tap it into place. And just pull this down. And this down. And there you have Origin Bumblebee in his honestly pretty darn good looking robot mode. I mean, seriously, I like how this guy looks. Let's see. How's it look like? Light on him. Yeah, this will hold too much. The head sculpt, it's a little wide, but it does have some expression to it. And I mean, I like the sculpting on it. He doesn't look super obese, shall we say, as I kind of felt G1 Bumblebee looked sometimes. I might be remembering it wrong though. And yes, he does have kibble on his back and on his legs, but as I said, with what this guy has to do, it's really just not that bad of an amount of kibble. It's pretty minimal, all things considered. Now he can hold his gun, which, you know, it's a gun. It's kind of a generic gun, but it still works. Now he is very hollow on the back of his forearms, but that's for the wrists to fold in. I do wish they could have come up with something else to cover that up, but it doesn't bother me that much. And here's all of these energy rods, and the best thing you can do is, I think I've seen people do this where they kind of had to cheat a little bit to get them to hold all of them. I wish they made it where they could maybe separate at the center or something, because I think they are the 5mm size, but the problem is they have these ends that, you know, aren't too big and they can't fit in his hand. Yeah. Well, you get the idea. And then he comes with a jetpack that I don't think he had in that opening scene of G1. I think this might be more based on the beginning of, was it Dinobot Island? And I mean, it doesn't look too bad on him, but he's already got some back kibble. But it doesn't look horrible. He can fly along. For me, though, I just keep this in Optimus's trailer. Now you can fit it on Sideswipe. It sits a little bit low, but that doesn't look too bad. And I'm pretty sure it can go on Optimus, but I didn't really bust him out for comparison here. I feel like I'm busting him out for every single comparison review I'm doing recently, so I didn't feel like doing that. So again, just kind of Cybertron mode aesthetic. Here's Bumblebee with Sideswipe and Ratchet. I mean, they look cool. They fit in pretty well. They mesh. Alright, here he is with Cliffjumper. He's a little bit taller than I do kind of wish he was, maybe Cliffjumper was a little bit bigger or something. Because again, if this guy had been any smaller, he might have been really bad. But still, as I said, it's nice to have them looking completely different. So that's cool. And here he is with the reissue Bumblebee. So, come a long way since this vacuum cleaner, as I call it. That's just kind of how his robot mode looks, to me anyway. And here he is with Wheeljack. Seriously, I'd like to see what they could do, making Wheeljack have more of an Earth mode look in his robot mode, but then Cybertronian vehicle mode. That'd be really cool. As far as G1 goes anyway, because of course we are getting a Cybertronian mode Wheeljack. But still, these guys look really cool together. Nice to have the first two characters that appeared on the G1 cartoon. I really dig that. Now for his articulation, head is on a ball joint. It can look up some. It can look down some. So that's really nice, honestly, because, you know, a lot of these figures don't have a lot of up and down movement. Not a whole lot of side to side due to how wide his head is. And of course it can do a full 360. Shoulders are also designed to do a 360, but you know they're going to collide with the back kibble. They can go out to the side, get a bicep rotation, get an elbow that goes past 90 degrees. That's really cool. Then you do get fists. The hands can do this because of transformation. Not really that helpful, but you know. And if you cheat, you can actually get some butterfly joints, so he can actually somewhat fold his arms in front of his chest, which I never say no to that. You do get a waist swivel because of the transformation. Legs can kick forward that far and back that far. Let me see. Move this out of the way. Yeah, they can't go back super far. So hips are, well, first let's see. And they can go out to the side. So hips are a little limited. They kind of cut off right at 90 degrees, but yeah, it's not too bad. You get a thigh rotation. And you actually get kind of a double hinged knee because of the transformation. So that's really cool. And then the feet, they can go up and down and back and forth. They can do a lot of tilting, and they can extend if you want to do that for some reason. So articulation on this guy is honestly really nice. I'm just kind of in awe of it. And what I really like is how they have the BW windows on the chest right here, but they hide away in the vehicle mode. That's really clever use of faux parts. I'm like not even mad about it. And of course, I'm generally not as picky about faux parts, but when they can do it ingeniously like this, then that's just amazing. So like I said, the Autobot symbol and this front part right here are fully visible on the alt mode. So, I honestly think that covers him. So I'll go ahead and stick him on the display. Alright, so there's Bumblebee with my G1 Autobots display. It's very nice to have a proper modern Bumblebee on this display. So, really good figure. Like I said, in a line that's mostly just repacks of like some of the worst Transformers ever. And a figure that was bumper and they just for some reason last minute decided to slap Bumblebee's head on it. This is a really good figure. He's not perfect, but he really couldn't be. I don't think even third party could pull this off. I mean, the alt mode is really nice. I just love the alt mode. Very few complaints there. The transformation is really cool and intuitive for something this small. And the robot mode is really nice. As I said, he's got a good bit of heft to him, so he's not cheap. So, in terms of if I think he's worth the price, yeah, I do. Like I said, the transformation is good and he's got heft to him. He's not just a, cheap figure with a bunch of accessories crammed in there. He's actually really good. And he was made by people who cared. So, as I said, I'm happy to have a modern Bumblebee figure on my shelf. And, yeah, I do think you should get this. So, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.